Good Sunday evening. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information 24 hours a day. And this is the detailed video forecast discussion for the Northern Mid-Atlantic region for Sunday evening, March 2nd, 2014. It has been a long day, and I'm still suffering from a cold or whatever has been going around, and it's been quite difficult to shake this. So my voice hasn't been the best the last several days as a result of this, but I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. Anyway, this is what's going on with the storm system. First of all, on Friday, when we did the video forecast discussion, I showed you the upper level dynamics of the low pressure area, the closed storm system off the California coast that produced the torrential rains as it went in through central and southern California over the weekend. That low pressure area is now coming out of the Missouri Arklatex region as low pressure is rapidly developing. There is a large amount of moisture here associated with this southern stream, and as a result of this, we have a confluence zone. Basically, what a confluence zone is, if we can look at the upper levels of the atmosphere, is basically two streams coming together. The northern stream here, which is our polar stream, and that is moving in from basically Hudson's Bay, Canada, and all across North America here into the northeast. The southern stream system here, the southern branch of the jet stream, now developing the surface wave across the Arklatex region. These two streams coming together rapidly in fashion, moving west to east, is a confluence zone, and we can see the mid and upper level winds howling here at about 100 knots at a jet core here in the northern stream. So this system here, which is the secondary wave. We had one wave off the Jersey coast earlier today. This second and final wave will begin to approach as the thermal boundary has set up across this region. We had an Arctic front which passed to the south. We can see that very clearly now in the surface analysis from weatheroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software. This is the Arctic boundary. Now the boundary has become semi-stationary from around Virginia and Kentucky all the way back through the Arklatex region as the surface wave of low pressure here is developing along it. Now there's a lot of precipitation overrunning the frontal boundary. We call this overrunning precipitation. A lot of this is moisture, that is heavy rain. We even have thunderstorms embedded in some of this too. And this precipitation on the northern shield is beginning to be a mix of snow and sleet. And all of this overrunning will move toward the east in the confluence zone across the region late tonight and tomorrow morning. The big question is how much snow, as the frontal boundary is a little bit further south than indicated, and as a result the precipitation shield will likely be further to the south and east. Now, areas in central and southern New Jersey and in the Delmarva region have really been pegged to have the most snow with this system. And as a result, snowfall amounts have been lowered considerably over the last several model runs from Saturday right through Sunday night. How cold is the atmosphere this hour? We can see the temperatures on the Arctic front at 850 millibars, or about 5,000 feet in the atmosphere, have now dropped down to 5 to 10, 13, 15 degrees below 0 Celsius at 5,000 feet. So definitely some cold air has been invading the area. Now where temperatures in the mid-levels are still above freezing, they are dropping as the cold air is actually winning out. And this is, now notice how tightly packed these isotherms are at 850 millibars. The tighter packed the isotherms, this is where the most wind and convergence will be along this line here. So it's a strong fight that's going on tonight. The models have had a hard time handling the first wave. The second wave looks like it's going to get in here and move rapidly in fashion. Notice the winds here at 850 millibars are all about 40 to 50 knots across the region and strengthening. So this system is going to be pulling along the Arctic frontal boundary, which is draped to our south right now, and we'll show you the freeze line in just a moment. Temperatures continue to fall with the freeze line across Passaic County all the way down to just north of Trenton this hour. Temperatures below freezing are in northwestern New Jersey, Sussex, Warren County, and all the way into the Hudson River Valley into interior Connecticut. This line will continue to sink south and east as strong high pressure builds in from the west during this evening and helps to push this frontal boundary and cold air even further to the south overnight. Watches, warnings, and advisories, they have been dropped for Sussex County and the northeastern tier of northeastern New Jersey. Winter weather advisories still remain in effect for a couple of inches of snow here across Morris County, Warren County, Union, Hudson, Essex County, down through Hillsborough here in New Jersey. Winter storm warnings remain in effect for these counties here across central New Jersey and then down to the coastal regions of Monmouth, Ocean, Atlantic, Cape May counties, all the way down through the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Notice on the radar right now that rain is beginning to break out with some of the lifting here, and I'll show you this on radar and satellite imagery in just a moment rather. Some of this rain will eventually transition. We've got more snow back to the west now as the wave of low pressure develops across the Arklatex region. We're really anticipating the precipitation to start getting in here in the form of snow by about 2 o'clock or so, and then expanding rapidly to the north and east, but it's not going to be too far to the north across the region by sunrise tomorrow. Most of this area here in northwestern New Jersey, Sussex County, even into just around New York City, will probably a lot of that precipitation will be sinking further to the south. This is the latest high resolution rapid refresh model. This is 3 kilometer model here. Basically, we can see some of the model is showing some of the light rain breaking out across the Virginias and into the Delmarva region, where we have winter storm warnings in effect, and some light rain here breaking out across coastal New Jersey and southeastern New Jersey as well. And on the northern edge, here comes the system with some of the snow breaking out now across southwestern Pennsylvania. And a lot of this gets into the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. First, it starts spreading in and changing as the cold front continues to draw colder air into the region. The air mass sinking, the cold air mass sinking further south and overrunning, spreading up with the falling temperatures. And we're going to find snow breaking out now across coastal New Jersey, back down to Philadelphia, and back down through the Virginias by early tomorrow morning. This is around after midnight tonight. And then notice how the shield of snow begins to spread further to the north early tomorrow morning. Now, the high resolution model really keeps most of the precipitation south of 80 and just really along 78, basically, just either side of 78. And even in the city, keeps most of the precipitation just south of New York City with absolutely very little going on. And then eventually just a little bit of light snow here or there, but most of the snow is now confined through central Jersey, 78 south, all the way through Philadelphia and southern New Jersey. And eventually the snow just continues in this fashion right through the morning rush hour from central Monmouth County all the way down through Gloucester and Salem, and all the way down through Atlantic and Cape May counties here, and also portions of southeastern New Jersey, southwestern New Jersey, the Philadelphia metropolitan area, and also the Philadelphia and Delmarva region as well. Now, to be quite honest with all of you people, there's a lot of bickering and battering out there going on with the reason why this weather forecast is constantly changing, or it never really was performing, and everybody was over worried and over concerned, and the National Weather Service did a poor job. And basically, I want to say, first of all, this is not the kind of setup that you normally see with a coastal system as a result, because these are waves of low pressure along a frontal boundary, and the Arctic air mass is definitely winning out and pushing the Arctic front further to the south and west. The wave of low pressure is still developing as it should have been on time over the Arklatex region. The front is a little bit further to the south, so adjustments had to be made. The National Weather Service and other agencies made these adjustments too, and really, out of all of the storms that we've had this winter, if this one didn't pan out as earlier forecasts went 24 hours ago, please, by all means, don't blame the National Weather Service or your local forecaster, because this is the science of meteorology. We're not, magicians here. We're just forecasters. So anyway, with this in mind, northwestern New Jersey probably seeing less than 1 to 2 inches here. These are the graphics from the National Weather Service in Mount Holly, Philadelphia. 2 to 4 inches across central New Jersey, 4 to 6 across Ocean and actually into Monmouth County, back down towards Trenton. Now, these amounts again may have to be readjusted. I just showed you the high resolution rapid refresh model. Very little precipitation in the northern regions here. If that trend continues in the modeling, which it looks like it might, on the 0Z runs, which are coming in from the NAM tonight, then this area, including New York City, receives very little, if any, snowfall at all. And central and so these numbers may have to be dropped down across the north, and these numbers here may have to be readjusted a little bit as well. I do think that this might be a little high. Notice how Philadelphia is now changed over to 4 to 6 inches here. So these amounts are going to vary. There's going to be a sharp delinear line here between moderate to heavy snow and absolutely very little snow across the region. Again, the latest graphic from the National Weather Service office in New York City in Brookhaven National Laboratory, our National Weather Service office there, painting the picture of 1 to 2 inches across eastern New Jersey, where the areas here have now been dropped off completely from any kind of advisories here. Sussex, northern Bergen, northern Passaic, eastern Passaic, southern Passaic, Hudson County, Union County. These areas are out of any advisories, 1 to 2 inches. And this could be even a little bit high now. These amounts could absolutely wind up with very little, if anything, except flurries across the region for a brief spurt tomorrow morning. So you see, folks, a lot of times things can actually change. When you have a frontal boundary with waves of low pressure on it, a high pressure building in a little bit stronger to the west, the models don't sample information that well 72 hours out when it's over the Pacific, and we just also didn't realize that they don't sample the data correctly on how strong the polar or Arctic stream is going to be. So a frontal boundary could waver to the north or south across a region, and the models may not get a handle completely on the situation until within 12 to 24 hours of the situation, and then the National Weather Service and everybody else scrambles to make changes to the forecast. But I don't really hear too many people complaining about the lack of snow here. We've had plenty of snow, enough. So I think that most people would be happy with seeing virtually little in northwestern New Jersey. I know because I've been getting a lot of emails and tweets on Facebook as well. So that's it for the overnight discussion. We'll be back bright and early with the finer details in the forecast and the week going ahead tomorrow morning, right here on Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com. For those sites, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You enjoy your Sunday night, and I'll see you bright and early again on Monday morning.